standing for the three national anthems. silence for grace by the Grand Prior, His Eminence Mario Francesco, Cardinal Pompeo.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Ti preghiamo, o Signore, di voler benedire noi naturalmente, radunati qui nel Tuo nome, ma in primo luogo vogliamo rivolgere il nostro pensiero a colei che regge le sorti di questa nazione, a colei che deve portare il peso del governo di questo Stato. Noi ti preghiamo, Signore, che dia a lei la luce sufficiente per conoscere le necessità del suo popolo, di questo Regno Unito, e dia la forza per poter mandare avanti i progetti che siano a beneficio non soltanto di queste popolazioni, ma dell'umanità intera. Ti ringraziamo, Signore, e ti preghiamo, sicuri che tu ci ascolterai, nel nome del Padre e del Figlio e dello Spirito Santo. Amen.
Silence for the Vice-Delegate and Chancellor, Senator Donal Lydon, President of the Association of Papal Orders in Ireland.
Steady on now. It is a great pleasure for me to be here tonight on such a wonderful occasion. We've had a good dinner, and we're about to hear a speech by the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland for about 45 minutes. My speech will be considerably shorter, 43 minutes. I'm really looking forward to this because I haven't heard myself speak in a long time and I just don't know what I'm going to say. When Anthony announced that this was going to happen, I was a little frightened, but I'm getting over it. I had a great pleasure of sitting between two beautiful ladies at dinner, a countess and a princess, and opposite my wife. Now, the first thing I've got to do is a very important duty. I have been appointed as your new Vice-Delegate and Chancellor, and I want to publicly thank His Royal Highness for appointing me to this post, and I shall endeavour to do my best to fulfil all the duties required of me. I am following a gentleman called Anthony Bailey. Most of you know this. Wait a minute. Oh, I haven't said anything about him yet. Anthony is a unique individual in that he has this remarkable quality found only in a few people. He has the ability to get things done. If you ask Anthony to do something, it will be done on time, efficiently and effectively. Over the last, stop prompting me, I have it off by heart. Over the last 3 years as your Vice-Delegate, he has done tremendous work to promote the Order, its aims and its ambitions. Not only here, but also in Ireland. He has contacted politicians, churchmen of all hues, businessmen, and so on. And he has raised the profile of the Order. And you'll have to admit this, he really has done a wonderful, wonderful job. Events like tonight just don't simply happen. You can't sort of book a club or a hotel and hope that a couple of cardinals and a few princes will turn up. It just doesn't happen that way. He's been working on this for a whole evening. Now Anthony is unique, not just in the fact that he can organise things, produce great reports, that's all very fine, and give people badges. What his real work is that he has raised so much money for charities associated with the Order and the Order's works. And for this alone, I think he really does deserve tremendous praise. And I would ask you to show your appreciation for the work that he has done over the last 3 years. mentioned some of the work done by the Royal Highnesses in Great Britain, but we're also an Irish delegation. And I'd like to particularly welcome the Irish contingent here tonight. They're a rowdy bunch down there in the middle. And particularly to welcome the Irish ambassador, Daithí O'Kelly, who's joined the order today. But last year, the Royal Highnesses visited Ireland. And although we're a republic, I think we welcome them royally. First of all, they visited the Houses of Parliament, and they were met and welcomed by the Can Corlia of Donal Lydon. That's to say, the Speaker of the lower house, of what's the equivalent of the House of Commons. They then went and met the Cathaoirleach of the Senate, that's the chairman or the president of the Senate. We had lunch in the Houses of Parliament, and they met many other parliamentarians and heads of committees and so on. It was a very worthwhile and effective visit. The Italian ambassador to Ireland hosted a wonderful dinner to whom he invited members of the diplomatic corps, business people and so on. The Polish ambassador to Ireland, who is a member of the Constantinian order, also welcomed them and had a dinner. One of Ireland's leading businessmen, Dr. Michael Smurfit, welcomed them and had a dinner. We had a lot of dinners. The Cardinal, Desmond Cardinal O'Connell, who received the Grand Cross of the Constantinian order, had a wonderful lunch for the Royal Highnesses. In addition, His Royal Highness visited the Skin Cancer Hospital, and although he was due for a short visit, stayed for a long, long time and made a great impression on the people there who were suffering. And his compassion wasn't put on, it was evident. He also met the Lord Mayor of Dublin, the first citizen of our city, as we have the first citizen of London here tonight. And from there he went northwards to Northern Ireland, where he was welcomed by Lord Alderdice, who was the Speaker of the Northern Ireland Assembly, who again hosted a dinner for him. And Lord Alderdice was invested into the Order of Francis I. He was also met by Sean Brady, Archbishop Sean Brady, who was the Primate of all Ireland. In other words, in a short few days, the Royal Highnesses made a tremendous impression on people in Ireland, and the work of the order became known. It's unique in that, like the sister orders, the Equestrian Order of the Holy Sepulchre, or the Order of Malta, it's a 32-county, covers the whole of Ireland. This mightn't seem much to you people, but it's very important that this type of work goes on. When he was in Belfast, His Royal Highness visited places that used to be what we called euphemistically trouble spots, and saw for himself the graffiti on the wall and the problems that were there. And he agreed, I think at that time, to contribute to and to get money for a charity at that stage. I'm hoping that perhaps the Royal Highnesses will turn to Ireland. But if they can't in the near future, I'm hoping that perhaps Cardinal Pompeo might visit us. So, Eminici, Eminenza. I tried this once, and if it doesn't work, I'm not going to do it again. But se venite in Irlanda, lei prometto un piacevole soggiorno e un meraviglioso benvenuto.